Hello, everybody. It's Dr. Rick here, actually preparing for another episode of The Teachers coming up at the top of the hour. So I don't have a whole lot of time to spend with you. I'm doing something a little out of character. I don't normally make a big deal about birthdays. I take them, am grateful for another year, but it's just never been my thing. I love celebrating other people's birthday, but this year is a milestone, and it's a milestone for a lot of reasons. I'm ushering in my 55th year on this planet. I think that's a milestone, especially considering that a lot of people predicted that I wouldn't make 20, and here I am. It's important because last year, during my daughter's birthday, which was in September, I received a picture she took of us celebrating that day later that evening, and saw how out of shape and unhealthy I had become after having heart attacks, and decided that I would not enter into my 55th year on this planet looking like that and feeling like that. And I've shaved off 40 pounds. I'm celebrating that. This has definitely been one of the, if not the most challenging years. I have taken some major blows and setbacks in life. I'm not going to talk about them. I'm not going to get into them, but they were there. They're still there. But I'm still standing, and I'm going to celebrate the fact that I'm triumphant even in the midst of everything that's going on. Um, Someone asked me, was I going to break my thing and, you know, put out my cash app for people to give to me on my birthday? And some people asked me what I thought about it. Here's what I actually think about it. As long as I can remember growing up in school, people paying money on people for their birthday, giving people money for their birthday isn't anything new. Now there's just a digital way to do it. I haven't been real big on it, it just happens. But what I've decided is for people who want to show love for me on my birthday, on me hitting this milestone, on me celebrating being triumphant in one of the most difficult years of my life and accomplishing some things despite of it. Instead of giving money to me, you can support the work I do in the Black community by giving to the Odyssey Project, the Black Man Lead Rite of Passage Initiative. The information is going to be in the description box. I'm going to be doing this all weekend until my birthday, which is actually Monday. And you want to show love. That's the way you can show love. That's my passion. It's so underfunded that it's crazy. And I'm dealing with young Black males on a regular basis. I'm dealing with a lot of Black females who are going through all kind of things all the way back to childhood. And it is challenging, but it's my work. I was in an interview yesterday. I was interviewed yesterday by Dr. David Jones, who's a psychologist and does the Admit One, My Reality podcast. That's what I was telling you guys, is that I wasn't going to say anything, but I've been invited to be a weekly resident expert. Don't know what day that's going to happen on weekly, but I have become a part of that team, which I think is important to get the word out about healing, about wholeness, about the importance of family, which is going to be the next thing we talk about. But anyway, you know, there is so much out there that needs to be done that isn't being done. There's so much out there that we leave untouched. My goal has been over the last 30 years to touch as much as I possibly can in the most positive way that I can. I am not perfect. I have not always made the best decisions. There are some people that I've hurt along the way. I've done the best I can to make amends, but I can say that in my life, my positive impression on this world has been far greater than the mistakes that I've made. And I will continue to press forward to keep that ratio. I'm not perfect, and I'm sure I'm going to make mistakes in the future. But what I tell you is that my commitment is to leave an imprint on this world. My commitment is to leave a legacy that I came, I saw, I conquered, I fulfilled my promise to God by way of executing my potential. And with that being said, look, there's work to be done. There is definitely work to be done uh, out there. I'm going to do everything that I possibly can on my end. Again, celebrate with me in whatever way you want to. The well wishes, the comments, support the work I do in the community, whatever it is. But what I'm going to challenge you to do is to look at where you're at and determine within yourself that you're not going to enter your next birthday the same person that you are today. Make up in your mind that there's going to be something that you push towards that takes you to the next level. Make up in your mind that you're not going to use excuses about things that are going on in your life as a reason not to excel. Make up in your mind that you're going to live a purpose driven life. Make up in your mind that there's going to be something spoke of you after you leave this place about how you lived your life. Let the life that you live write a legacy that speaks of you long after you're gone. That's what I'm doing right now. That's the intensity in which I'm living my life. That's the passion that's driving me, is that I leave a legacy behind that speaks of me after I'm gone. And some of the things that I've received just in the last month or so from people that I had never met before. A woman comes to me and tells me that 6 years ago she lost her husband and she was about ready to throw it in. They had been married almost 30 years and she was about to throw it in. She was just that given up because all of her was invested in that. And he passed away and she was about to give up, and she came across my channel and I gave her a reason to push forward. And I'm not even knowing her. There's another, and so 6 years later, she meets a guy, and now they've been married for a year. 5 years later, she meets a guy, and they've been married for a year now. And she's experiencing love all over again. She found out that there's love after tragedy. And I'm grateful for that. I'm leaving an imprint. I'm writing a legacy by the way that I do. And it's not always the one-on-one engagement. Sometimes that urge and you get to do a video on a topic and you don't know where it comes from, but you sit down and you give it to it. And when you finish, you're so drained and you don't know why. Your energy went somewhere. This is a powerful thing that you have the opportunity to participate in. Yes, you're going, man, if I let my mistakes stop me, she wouldn't be where she is. The lady that sent me a message about 6 months ago that said 2 years ago she was about to kill herself. And a friend sent her a link of one of my videos. Now she's one of my biggest followers. And I never knew it. One of my business partners now literally went back to school and got their doctorate to participate in mental health and has her own practice now because she said I walked her through it. I didn't know her until she came to me. Those are the things that you do. Those are the things that when you wake up and you say in the day, I'm going to put in my work. I'm not going to a job, even though I own the company. I'm not going to a job. I'm going to work. And it's a difference, especially for men. You got to understand when you're putting in your work, when you're doing that thing you were literally designed to do, there's something exceptional about it. There's a place for you. There's a space for you that nobody can't push you out of, no matter what you go through. I'm challenging you now. I'm challenging you now. Don't go into your next birthday the person you are today. Make up some kind, I don't care if it's tomorrow. Find some way to challenge yourself to be better when you wake up tomorrow. You know, I'm celebrating. I'm down 40 pounds. I'm actually going to do a reveal, and I'm not in all that stuff, but I'm going to do a reveal on my birthday Monday, and then I'm going to do another reveal on the year anniversary of when I decided that I wasn't going to do that anymore. And so I'm going to do the reveal Monday to show where I'm at 40 pounds. I plan on losing another 10 pounds before the anniversary, which is in September. And I'm on my way. And I'm 55. And so the thing is, yeah, I'm older and this is going on. All that's excuses. I'm too busy. That was one of my excuses. It's time for us to stand up. I wasn't even planning on going to this, but again, I've learned to listen to my spirit because somebody needs to hear this. What was initially just going to be a birthday announcement turned into this. Somebody needs to hear this because what I do is bigger than me. It's so much bigger than me. In the most painful time of my life, God has taught me unconditional love. And I want to share it with as many people as I can. And you have to start with loving yourself, not in a selfish way that dismisses other people, but in a way that empowers them. Love yourself enough that you rejuvenate, that you refresh, that you take care of yourself, but make sure you're pouring into people because that's your legacy. Your legacy are the people who will be here after you're gone that are talking about how you touched their life, how reading your book changed their lives, how meeting you in a grocery store changed their lives by watching you in an interview or watching you work or seeing how you handle business in the office changed their lives. That's the thing that I want to challenge you to do is live your life at that level to where when you leave this place, your legacy still speaks of you. That's a life. So on that note, like I said, for those people who think it's okay to show love monetarily to people on their birthday, like I said, people have been doing it since I've been born. Every birthday, everybody had a birthday at school, had money pent to them. It's not something that I've done, I've pushed or anything in the past. But if you want to show me some love financially, donate to the Odyssey Project or Black Men Lead. The work that I do consistently, that people are constantly asking me for help with in different areas and communities and don't realize that I'm just resourced out. I'm really like, if you got to understand, if I'm not getting it from somewhere, if I'm getting the average of $50 a month in donations, and that might be a little liberal. Sometimes, I mean, nothing. And then there are certain people, I take it back. There are a couple of people. There's one guy that donates $10 every month. And he is a blessing because that $10 just tells me somebody believes in me. And that $10 might as well be a million to me in how I see it because it's a vote of confidence. And there are a couple of other people who give here and there. And there's some people who have given significantly in the past. But overall, that hasn't been the case. I'm not complaining. I'm here. I'm doing my work. But what people have to understand is if no one's backing it and funding it, who's paying for it? I have an entire family. I have 13 kids. And despite what's going on in my relationship, my kids are my hearts and my babies. And that's it. So it's all, I've got that. I've got a legacy to leave them, an inheritance to leave them. And so all of this is going on. So if you want to love me or love on me on this monumental time, 55, and I almost died 2 years ago. Matter of fact, like for 3 years, there was 3 times I ended up in ICU. The last time, 5 heart attacks. It was time for me to start focusing on being healthy. I mean, just stressed out, pushing, just 7 days a week. I had to realize that I needed to start following some of my own advice. And so I did. And so I started reshaping, I started rebuilding, I started restructuring, and I'm still in that process. Look, as I leave you, bless yourself by taking care of yourself. That's what I have for you today. Let me get off because I've got to get this stuff set up to get the teachers up and going at the top of the hour. But I had to stop in and make this announcement because I'm not supposed to be here. And here I am ushering in 55. I'm going to celebrate today, tomorrow, and on my birthday, Monday, because most family members aren't going to be able to get to me Monday. So they're talking to me and, reaching out. So I'm going to do that. And I'm going to ask those who want to show love to me monetarily, do it by supporting the work I do in the community. The information is in the description box. On that note, I'm out of here. I hope to see y'all guys back at the top of the hour. We have an exciting young man who has an unbelievable story that's really representing the potential of the next generation of putting positive information and positive, uh, uh, positive information and positive engagement back into the community, into our youth through a number of different mechanisms. So again, I am extremely happy to be talking with him and work with him. And again, this is a young man who had a friend who knew about me that reached out and said, I need you to mentor this guy. I need you to touch this guy. And so I've reached out to him and I believed in what he was doing. And so I said, hey, look, let's connect. And the respect that he showed me, the level of reverence, and he's not I call him a young man. I guess it shows my age, but he's probably in his late 30s, but mid to late 30s easily. It was yes, sir, yes, sir. And then if we were talking and he accidentally interrupted me, excuse me, sir. I'm like, hey, man, we're men working together. I appreciate the respect. I really do. But I respect you as a man, too. I just want to give you what I got so you can take it and run further than I have with it. That's the thing I'm working on. So on that note, you got to check this kid out. He's awesome. Let me get out of here. Thank everybody for the birthday wishes that dropped in on me. I'm going to do everything I can have about, like I say, I don't normally make big deals out of my birthday, but I got a reason to praise God and celebrate. So thank you.